TV, and we're back. And when I say we're back, it means we're back with an interview with someone who is going to give us a bit more truth. For the last few months, we've been refocusing on entertaining you and on giving you everything possible that isn't based in more facts and news flashes. So today, as we're on BitTube and brand new tube now, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to get back to doing an interview, a follow-up interview with a lovely lady that we started to interview last year, Elaine Searle. So here we are back with the positive news, or Interview with Heroes, Part 2, Elaine Searle. So, hi there, Elaine. How is it where you are at the moment? Juice. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Moving On TV. And today is Tuesday. I think it's is it the 12th? 12th of January. I haven't got a clue. I'm literally working all night and sleeping all day. I went to bed, I think, about 9 a.m. and I just woke up ready for the interview. I woke up about 6. Knowing that I had to get up, so literally nearly slept the whole day without realizing it. And it's just so amazing to be here because I've got the lovely Elaine Searle, and I thought we're going to have a little bit of a chat about things, but we're going to start off just chatting, an easy little chat which you can watch on here on YouTube, and then we're going to take it into more serious stuff. So we hope you can join us into the more exciting stuff and more interesting stuff that we can put on here on YouTube, which is going to go on to other platforms. So welcome to Moving On TV, Elaine. And how are you? I mean, how was your Christmas and your New Year? How have you been getting on since I saw you last year?
Well, my Christmas, because of the restrictions, was very quiet, but we were in contact on the phone and that all day. So, I met family on a telephone or online, but not in person because they of course aren't allowed to stay overnight. So, okay. I live about 80 miles from my nearest son, so it would be easier if they stayed with me. But I for many years I was the main family holder of Christmas, and I did all the cooking and everything. It used to take me weeks to get it all ready. Much as I enjoyed it, and my sister used to help and so on, it was really nice to have a quiet Christmas.
So wonderful. Silver linings, eh?
Oh, it was lovely. Yeah. No cooking. I cooked Christmas Eve and thought, right, I'm going to have a nice leisurely day on Christmas Day. And I didn't get dressed till lunchtime. I slogged about the house in all sorts. And then I walked the dog and met a few people out. And then, of course, came home and slogged about for the rest of the day. So, but I ate all the wrong things, Christmas cake and chocolate log and mince pies and lots of cheese and the sort of things you do at Christmas, and I don't know, it was very different, but I enjoyed it. I have to say I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Fabulous. That is a really nice way that we can actually go with the interview initially. Let's have a look at the silver linings, because as you were saying that, it's very interesting because the silver linings I had at Christmas was just me and entertaining, me and the cats. And my husband came in Christmas Day. I don't know if you watched my alter ego character, Baba Bertha.
I did watch Boba. I like Boba.
Did you watch her? Oh, you love Boba. Oh, I'm so excited. She's got a fan. Anyway,
yeah.
The whole of Christmas, she ran the Christmas show. And it was brilliant because I can be it's a really good way to be able to get everything out without upsetting anyone. Because And my husband, my separated husband, we've been separated now, wow, nearly 5 months, I think I've been on my own. And
Right.
feeling really good, you know, having the space, be able to do my own thing. And it's really annoying when he comes around. He tidies up and I can't find anything again. And I think, wow, now I'm really grateful that I did this, because he has a tendency to do that. Anyway, Christmas, he brought around dinner, and Baba did all of that, did the whole show as Baba Bertha. And so the silver linings I had was, in particular, God, I didn't have to go shopping, buy any presents.
I know.
That madness, I completely, it was just like an ordinary day, apart from the fact that I was entertaining continuously. And it was brilliant. I did more singing and entertaining than I've done my whole life. So that was the biggest silver lining. And then, New Year's Eve was just stunning. A couple of the guys came over from my musical. They've become like my family, because I'm singing a new musical. And maybe it's cold outside, and we spent some time together. And a couple of friends came from Gloucester all the way, all star seeds came specially for me. And it was incredible.
Yes.
New Year. And
that's lovely, isn't it?
So these are the silver linings. I wanted to say here, before we go into more, serious stuff that we'll take into a different platform, we'll spend about 20 minutes talking about maybe, things that we can talk about. You know what I mean? I'm going to do a special Baba Bertha for BitChute.
Are you? Yeah. You're doing quite well, so the first time I saw you, I thought, she's gone loopy.
Before you realise. Yeah.
I thought, she's really good. Yeah. So,
well, the comedian of the Ascension, somebody said to me, call Moving On TV Ascension TV.
Yeah.
Put that in now. It's a time really to go out there and to realise every single dream you have. And that's what I'm doing. And bringing on everybody else that has a dream, and that they can do the same. But to a point where I started to get bored, and I thought 9 months ago I was doing these amazing interviews and really bringing everything up. And of course I've lost a lot of subscribers because they want the real gut stuff. So we'll go into that. It's now 7 o'clock. So in about 15 minutes, we'll cut to the real, stuff that we want to talk about. But in the meantime, let's just talk about, when you were saying it's a really good angle, silver linings. Now, because the human spirit is so strong.
Well, I live in a place that's very quiet in the winter, and normally there's no one around, and you can walk for miles and hardly see a soul. Drive for miles and hardly see a soul is really different from the summer when everybody arrives. There's lots of walkers, you can't go downtown without being jostled and all this sort of thing. Well, this Christmas, more people have actually, now they're working from home, come to live in their holiday homes. So you see more people around, but they're very friendly and they're very talkative, and they all want to be approached, within the distancing we're allowed and everything. I met three guys who were working at a local hotel, but of course it had been closed down, so they'd got all this spare time on their hands. We had a lovely chat. They were only youngsters, and we had a lovely chat about Exmoor and the places to see, and they were spending their time going out every day, so basically for them it was like having a paid holiday in a place they'd never been before. So there are those sort of things, that it's just so lovely to find the peace and quiet and friendliness and warmth of the community here. I find that lockdown has given us given us some gifts in a way, because basically what we've done is we've had to sort of start looking at our surroundings, at what we're capable of, about things we like doing, and those jobs that you used to knit maybe, or you used to sew, or you used to do something that life became too busy for. So now you've got the time to do that. I mean, I've taken up knitting again. I've created all sorts of other things. I've done some decorating with some artwork in the decorating, you know, and I'm seriously thinking of doing a class for watercolors, you know. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if I wasn't on lockdown. Well, I would have been, but I wouldn't have chosen it. Yeah. There's a difference. So,
really, that's amazing, because I can really identify with you in the way that I picked up my dream. And as I said, it's happening.
Yeah.
It never happened before. And even though, look, I have to be very careful what I say, because I have people that I know of suffering terrible because of the lockdown. They've lost everything, their businesses, and they're really not doing, you know, they're struggling, and my heart goes out to them.
Me.
But this is more about, I don't have, I'm being evicted. Okay, let's put it that way. I've got an eviction notice hanging over my head. I don't, the only way I'm trying to empathize with a lot of people is that financially it hasn't, you know, I haven't got anything, and I haven't really moved on at all. However, the lockdown has given me an opportunity to live every single day, or sleep every day and work every night to the utmost, and literally pick up a microphone at night and say, right, I'm doing Insomniacs for anybody who can't sleep now, and give my heart and soul, like as if I'm on the stage. I'm not needing a theatre, and just literally giving and giving and giving without even thinking about the money. And I've been lucky enough to get universal credit, and for my ex to be taking care of me with food, and so I'm not lacking. I got to a point where I'm starting to believe I'm taken care of. I have to, because I had the police after me, you know, well, like the rest of us, in the way that, you know, before in July and August, I was out there with Kate and Mike.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Putting up leaflets, and I did something I wasn't supposed to do in the shopping centre.
Bad girl.
They filmed me in August, and they came after me in November.
Did they?
November, wanted me to go in and to talk, and I said, no way, I'm not doing any of that, forget it. So they started getting threatening and everything. And so I got to a point where I'd become sociophobic. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I cut all of that off, and I went back to being a good girl and doing only, you know, backing off also by talking to the white hats, because I've got intel and I have got contacts, which we're going to go into. And they said, Lauren, we just want you. We don't want you to get cut off. So can you just focus on doing certain stuff? And we had like 3-hour conversations with, you know, Michael Paul McVeigh.
Yeah.
He's just amazing. And he calls me, you know, regularly. And
Good.
I want you to focus, be careful. So I backed down. And then my ex-husband became a go-between with the police. And we said, look, she doesn't go anywhere. She can't come and see you, yada, yada. So they came up with the form and said, I just have to sign it, and that'll be the end of it. But I've got to get around it, because I'm not having anyone in this house. I'm not having one of that lot in my house.
Yeah.
But anyway, what am I saying? Is things that it got very, very hot with me. And I had them here knocking on they tried to break in. Oh, I've been through so much. And I thought, okay, well, I'm backing down now. And then, of course, I took back the entertainment and the singing, And I thought, well, what do you want to do, Lauren? I want to run down the street singing The Sound of Music like when I was 13 years old. That's it. And that's what I did. So again, I've diversified. So with all the empathy and the heart that I have for these people that I know have lost everything because of financially, they are moving on TV, and I am doing everything possible, trying to get them interviews with Charlie, because Charlie Wood is if you can get an interview with Charlie now, you're like with what used to be Oprah. I mean, it's 7 million views.
I have to say, you know, he's shared an awful lot of information, and he is tireless. He works all hours. And
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And I saw somebody put a message on against him the other day, and I thought how fickle people can be. You remember what they did to Jesus?
Yes.
By him. The minute he doesn't give you exactly what you want, they were turning against him on this group. But you know, how dare you? The man is working day and night, day and night, day and night to keep you just on the vibration of hope, which I'm doing with entertainment. And people be like that. I've seen it. They just turn against you so quickly. And so
they're shallow, aren't they?
People on pedestals, and unfortunately in life, as well as what they've done with Charlie. So, but my intention is, I've got another interview with him next Tuesday.
Right.
Everyone is coming on Moving on TV, who's they're all incredible souls. They're all incredible starseed. They're geniuses. I'm doing everything possible to get them onto Charlie's show. Like I have a friend, and he created the first generation med beds. He's already doing it with light and sound.
Yeah.
He's a genius. And I've been on them, Elaine, and that's why I'm here now. And you know, he's also a musician, and we got a Grammy nomination because of that med bed.
Right.
We did music afterwards, and he gets rid of varicose veins, depression, you know, pain. I've done it, and so I'm hoping that at some point he's going to go on Charlie's show. And the silver lining here is that the whole of my life and his life, he couldn't get any recognition or work. And now, because God or something gave me 9 months ago the opportunity, I just knew what to do. I just knew what to do. Go on there, do Moving on TV, and connect to these people, because we all started at the same time. Now, I'm getting contacts from people that I can't say on here. I think you know what I mean, or on my Facebook, who are equivalent to connecting to the Queen, who I really wouldn't want anything to do with, God forbid. But now we're literally, everything is just open. And once all of this is over, your career is just going to whoosh, because you are the awakening. And so I'm excited, because it's not just me, it's him as well. He's going to be doing the med beds. He's going to be healing everyone like he's always wanted to do, and getting paid for it. So what I'm trying to say, I'm saying that I'm so grateful that we thought of this silver lining thing, because people, I think we just need patience. Another few months, and I think we're going to come out of it. And if we just say, thank you, God, I'm going to have patience. And I know that in a way, what I'm going through is a situation a bit like Job in the Bible. Everything is taken away from me, everything, all the materialistic stuff. And I need to really tap into what I really am here to do.
Yeah.
And now, even though I can't see it yet, even though I just do it and I carry on doing the work, even though I don't get paid, I do it because it gets me up and it makes me happy, and it's my life. And if you took away money, it wouldn't matter, because all I want, Elaine, is a home. That is, I just want a home where I can never be evicted again. And I want that to come off the human race. How can a human evict a human? And how can they do it around Christmas? So anyway, that I want that to come off the human race. I want every single person to thrive. And so the message is going out loud and clear. If you come on Moving On TV and you join, you will be the ITV, the BBC, and the Sky of the future, and all your dreams are just going to happen. Boom, 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 boom. So just trust and just tap into your dream. So on that note, as I've spoken a lot, too much, as usual, just to say to you, what is your dream, by the way, and how, is there any way that I can help you, or that we can do this together? What is your big dream, or have you got it, or are you still looking for? Because me, it's just to run the media, which isn't big, to get on the box in front of every single person, that they can never go through this again, because there'll be a TV station that says to them, you are in charge of your life, mate. I'm only going to tell you that this is what's happening, and you can choose one way or another, and I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you the opportunity to know that this is not true and this is true, and the kind of media that we could have had, and where I can have my own home. And if I feel like it, I can buy a car, or I can jump on the plane and go to a hot country, being free. With none of this.
Might well have anti-gravity cars by then.
We'll be flying.
Yeah.
No, everything's being withheld, but we won't go into that yet, because again, I've got the white hats and the others watching the program on YouTube. I've got both sides. Yeah, do you know I got wiped off Facebook, not because I was naughty, because I was doing something. I was actually doing Bob and Bertha, believe it or not.
Aye.
And I said something I shouldn't have said about someone who's very high up in a comedy way. I didn't realize I was predicting the future.
Sometimes we're told things and we don't realize what it is.
Yeah, I was predicting everything, and I got wiped off because they didn't give away this. Because I had a long conversation with Mike. I said, why did they wipe me off my personal? I didn't do anything wrong. I was doing comedy.
Yeah, I know.
I could see it flicking. He said, Laura, they've wiped off loads of psychics. Think about it.
Yeah.
So you can't do, but that was actually the good guys. So anyway, so coming back to balance here. So what I was trying to say is, I just want a life where everyone is free. Every human, and that's what we've been doing from the beginning, where they express their creativity and their talents. Everyone can have a home, and everyone can travel.
Absolutely.
What is your dream, Elaine? What's your dream? I'll pin you now, and I'll mute myself.
Years ago, I started work in social housing, and I've done all sorts of social housing work, and I did a master's degree, which I didn't complete, but I did it. And I did that all to do with my housing work. And in my heart, the theory of social housing was that everybody who wasn't capable of having a huge mortgage or maintaining a loan or anything like that would have a decent home over their head. And that was the philosophy, if you like, that was theirs for as long as they needed it, as long as they stuck to a few basic rules, i.e., keeping the house reasonable, not destroying the neighbours, and, all sorts of things. But also the landlords had certain responsibilities to keep the property up, look after you, keep an eye on you, this, that, and the other. Gradually over the years, it's gone. It's become all about money, all about making ends meet, and less money has been poured into housing. What I would like to see is a comprehensive survey done and proper housing supplied for anyone who needs it. And there are very much, there's a variety of housing available that we could put up very quickly in the right places, and each person would have a lovely little home. Okay, and also families, you could use the same sort of thing. Modern day technology has made it very easy to put up a decent home without all the planning, the bricks and mortar, you know, the digging drains and all this, that and the other. There's modular housing, for instance, you know, where it's all done ready, you just click it together and there you are, you've got your house. But I would love to see that. I would love to see that come back in, you know. The idea was there many years ago, and charities set up who became housing associations, who wanted to do that. But they got waylaid by government regulations, bureaucracy, money, etc., and it's got worse and worse. And now you get very little help once you're in a social housing house. They don't maintain them as well as they should do. If apparently because of the lockdowns, and of course we've had a lot of building has stopped happening, so the housing need has gone up tremendously over that time. And it was far behind anyway, you know, they needed to put more effort into it anyway. So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see that, and I would like to be part of that. And also, of course, we've got rescued people who are going to need housing, and I would like to be part of that. But my dream is to retire to a little kind of retreat where people would be able to come and recharge when they needed it without paying a lot of money.
Okay.
Join with me, went for a meal occasionally if they wanted, you know, do a bit of yoga or Tai Chi, and, you know, just rest and relax and rejuvenate. I'd like to provide that for people who work with people who have a lot of needs. Yeah.
It sounds amazing, and it sounds very similar. I did an interview with the Brett Foundation, a wonderful lady around here called Sue Brett, a couple of years ago. And she literally created something like that for homeless people in Maidenhead, not very far from me. I said to her, my dream was to provide housing for everyone. If I was a millionaire, this is what I would do. This is why I feel the money always went to the wrong people.
Well, it won't in the future.
Please God, yeah, what's coming is I would have bought a whole lot of houses, like a huge amount of houses in this area. I would have given it to everyone. However, I would have given them life coaching. So they all were appointed a life coach and a counselor and a nutritionist. So they would have everything. And of course, entertainment. And you see, to me, life coaching, I started on this premises that I ran something in the vein of trying to create this years ago called the Hope Centre in the middle of High Wycombe. I was given a space for a couple of weeks, and I brought people in and I said to them, okay, if you can't pay, what can you do? Can you draw a picture? Can you do a meal for me? And that's how you wake people up, because every single person has got a talent or something that they can offer. And if it's not, you know, to me, it was never about money, you know, because I was always lucky enough to be in a situation where I was either working, so I could bring in a little bit, enough, because I live on very little, you know. Yeah, you know, my husband was working and slaving at well, one thing I can't wait is for the duty free to disappear out of this planet, because they were making like billions from whiskies and wines, and he would come home with the money he did and give it to a greedy landlord. And I was waking up more and more all the time, watching and thinking what I would want to do, as I say, coming back to the positive, in this centre is bring in people would come off the street. They'd come in here and they'd talk to me because they knew that I would empathize, because I had a history of, I don't believe in mental illness anymore. And I got my car smashed in about that as well, because you've got to get people out of their identities, and they don't want to.
I agree totally.
They don't want to come out, a lot of them. So
labeling causes a lot of problems.
I know, and they don't want to come out, so they smash my car in because of the way I say that I don't believe in mental illness anymore. Because again, I want to focus on the silver linings, the positive. So this center, the Hope Center that I started years ago, literally people came off the street and they come in to talk to me, and they would paint something or they would do tapestry. I've got films of it that I made. I had a woman, and she was the bird lady of High Wycombe, and I filmed her. And today is the community day. Today's Community Tuesday, and her film will go out. Well, talking to me about feeding the birds, because that was their whole life. And everyone came on and they tapped into something, and if they could, they gave me a donation, and that's how we kept it going. But if not, they would literally cook a meal and bring me food. And I thought, wow, this is it. This is the consciousness. And I was living for 26 years with someone that, he's a beautiful soul, don't get me wrong, a beautiful soul, a lovely man, but he's stuck in that consciousness of, I have to go to the airport and I have to bow down and I have to do what they tell me and come
Lauren, we have so much
to a landlord. I couldn't do it anymore, so I had to let him go, and we're now very good friends, because my consciousness is, no, you come here, you lay down your burdens, you bring we will figure it out. We will figure it out. We will find homes for everyone. We will bring.
For many years, I was
life coaches are looking for work for free everywhere.
Yeah.
To train as part of their training. I know millions, not millions, hundreds. They could be placed. They would love it in these houses, because people need to understand what they really are. And when I say bringing the hope and glory back into your life, sorry to stop you there, Elaine, because I'm on a roll and I'm very inspired.
All right.
It means, first of all, you get your hope. Now, hope in Hebrew is tikva. Tikva, of course, it's an open language Hebrew, like Ramag, but again, I'm diversifying. But it gave the Jews a reason to hold on to something when they had nothing and they were being kicked around. Hope. And so someone said to me, why don't you just call yourself Lauren Glory? And I said, well, you need hope first. And hope is the first thing. Now, you give people hope by saying to them, you are incredible. I don't give a hoot or a shit or shite, if Bob Bertha would say shite. I don't give a shite about what people told you from the time you were born, that you're useless and you're never going to be anything because you're never going to amount to this because you need this. And I looked my husband in the eye the other day and I said to him, I literally came from channeling and I said to him, you are amazing. Even though you don't have children, you don't have a home, you don't have a car, you are amazing. You're an amazing soul. You're an amazing man. And you were put here to keep me grounded to a certain extent, because I'm a starseed and I'm flying up there. And I would never have done anything. I wouldn't even have had a roof over my head. Because I wanted to do was sing. And that's all I've ever, and what I'm doing. And I looked him in the eye. And that's what you have to do with every single human. And when I was in the therapeutic community, because my story is chapter 8, we had a bell and you rang it and you said, help, I'm here. And I've never stopped talking since I got on Moving on TV in order to get that message across. Come here, ring your bell and say, I'm important. Lauren said that I'm allowed to be me. I'm allowed to express who I really am. Well, guess what? I want like a home, a real home, that I don't have to pay every single penny that I'm earning or somebody else, but to have this, and never how anyone can give someone a court order at Christmas. This is just Scrooge again.
In my heart. Yeah, everybody deserves an affordable home.
An affordable home and their health. Everyone deserves to be healthy. Because what seems to have happened here, and again, I'm going to upset a lot of people, and I don't care. It's time to be very honest here. But who the hell are these people that are saying they can heal people and asking them for thousands and thousands of pounds, like putting them on cruise ships like the Abraham Hicks? I cannot buy into that. I'm sorry. We all channel like Esther Hicks, but we do not charge £3,000 to go on a cruise ship just to learn how to attract something good into your life. And Reiki, all this has been taken over by what we're going to talk about in a minute.
Well, Reiki nowadays is not what Reiki was meant to be, so it's changed completely. So basically, if you look at ancient ways of using Reiki, they are different now. You know, people have bastardized it, if you like, to a different form, and I personally don't believe we need it. I think we can heal ourselves, and I think that we are far more powerful than we realize, and it's been suppressed all these years. And I mean, I was teaching one of my neighbors who's 89 how to heal her bad hip the other day.
Wow.
And I invited her up to dinner on Christmas Eve, because she was on her own, and I thought I'll share my Christmas meal with her. And she's now learned how to send energy from her heart to her hip to take away the pain and give her more mobility. And she's now, I mean, she walks further than I do. And I've got a dog, you know, and she's quite amazing, but this hip stopped her doing it, but she's now starting to do it again. So it worked, but I literally, it's my own way of healing me. And I literally say, right, okay, I concentrate and I open up my heart and I send the heart energy to what hurts. And it works. For me, it works.
It does work.
And for her, it worked too. I was really surprised. But you have to trust in these things. I'm obviously given that information for me for a reason. And I thought, well, I'll try and share it. And she's not long realized that she is also psychic. And she can use a pendulum. And she used to dowse on her father's farm years ago. And so she can use a pendulum easily, you know. But this is one of the things about lockdown. If you don't actually enjoy the moment in your lockdown, you will miss out on so many things. I mean, as I said, I invited her up for Christmas Eve dinner. You know, we've talked about spiritual things. We've talked about self-healing, our own power. We've talked about all sorts of things. She's fascinated because she's just discovered that sixth sense she's always had is very valuable to her, you know. So, I mean, that's a real silver lining in the lockdown bit.
This is so exciting. My father died at 95, and he'd still be here if I was over there with him. But he wouldn't take any medication, and he was fascinating. Dad taught me everything. I believe that Dad was, he was a very high starseed like us, or something like that. But he was very, very corrupted in the way that he had serious post-traumatic stress from his childhood, and he was put into orphanages and all sorts of stuff. But one of the things about my dad, which amazed me, is he used to ring me up and he said, Lauren, I think they're coming to kidnap me, because he's Irish. The IRA are coming to get me. And I said, Dad, what have you taken? What did they give you? And he said, oh, they gave me something because I can't sleep. And I said, well, just bin it. And he did. And that was it. He came right out of it. Boom. And then he would also ring me up and he'd say, I've got this pain in my leg. He said, what I'm doing is I'm going to put my leg up high on the chair and I'm going to lift my hip. And guess what happened? The sciatica just disappeared.
Well, he freed his nerve. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then things like vertigo. He said, I got this really serious vertigo, and his carer was from the Philippines, and of course they know everything about vitamins and minerals. You've got 90-year-old women climbing trees in the Philippines.
My grandmother was a hedgerow witch.
Well, there you go. You see,
yeah.
And so they wanted to give Dad medication, and Dad said no. And he took, he went on Floridix, which was a mixture of vitamins, and the vertigo went. And Dad would have these conversations with me. And I thought, there's something really strong between me and Dad.
Mm.
And he would listen, and he lived over my mom as well. She used to love healing. And every time they lived in Israel, my mother was a very sad woman. I'm not going to go into too much. My biggest teacher, again, I think she was one of us. Now I look at it from a different point of view, who again was treated the way, had absolutely no love, and brought up by a very cold mother, yada, yada, yada. And so her life was total misery. And she told me how not to be grateful for anything. And yet when she got cancer, I got her into remission through using Brandon Bay's journey.
Right.
And then the apricot kernels, every time, and I would do healing on
apricot kernels are amazing.
They're totally prevent everything. Yeah. And then she'd go into remission, right? And then as soon as I come back to England, she'd get sick again. And then I go over there and do healing. So she was very open, and because I loved her. I'm the only one, I think, in the whole family, and I've got a huge issue at the moment with I only have one sister, and we started to come together. It's taken 5 years since Dad died, and I cannot get through to her what we're going to talk about in the second part of this interview, but you can imagine what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying.
It's not your job to convert them. It's your job to show them that you know, and it's up to them how they take it.
Yeah. So when we go to the next part of the interview, we'll talk more about the implications as well on us of how we have to protect ourselves and get very strong. But the other thing as well, Elaine, is I work for the ordinary person. Because that's what I have always seen myself as, someone who has struggled incredibly. There is no ordinary person. Everyone is unique and everyone is a celebrity. That's what I'm pushing in my message. But we have been pushed to a level where we've been told. I mean, I watched Peter Andre, and in my gut, I've always known that anyone who got to that level cannot be on a good vibe. And there he is talking about that he's got, which is impossible. He's saying he had it, yeah, and he's got to get, so he's a puppet like the rest of them. And you had to be a puppet. And yet people bow down to them. They created idols of these people.
Well, people think people are so brainwashed. It reminds me of Jesus on the cross, and I'm not a practicing Christian. I'm a goodly, godly person, but I'm not a practicing Christian. But didn't Jesus say on the cross, "Forgive them, Lord, because they know not what they do"?
Yes.
And that's exactly what's happening now. They don't know what they're doing. They've no idea. They're so brainwashed. They have no idea.
That's right. But the thing is, Elena, I have watched the progression, and I always wanted to make a film, and I will one day, about how a child was born completely pure and beautiful and innocent to a certain extent, and how they marred, how they destroyed. This is me, okay? How they took that child, and bit by bit, they tried to turn her, to destroy her, ever since I can remember. And yet, look at me. But that's because I am a starseed. I'm lucky. I was born. I came from somewhere else. We came from somewhere else. But when without being aloof and without looking down, I'm not. Every single person to me is light and gold, and everyone can do it more than I do, more than any of us have done. But I'm a trailblazer, because I saw the deterioration. I got to a level where I didn't want to be here anymore. And I said to my husband on my birthday, if this is how it's going to be, where we're going to be evicted for the rest of our life, every time we move somewhere, and I'm never going to sing anywhere. I'm never going to perform, because theatres, you can't afford them anymore. They won't put me on because I'm not a celebrity. I did that comedy, the 2 show, with Edith Piaf ringing up saying, I am Edith Piaf, and that silly little 16-year-old saying, did you bare your boobies to the sun? Because that's what I got. Not in so many words, but loose women said, we're not putting you on. I had sold at Edinburgh every single night. Me, after apparently having a serious mental illness, with a team, never falling out, they wouldn't put me on Loose Women.
You know now.
I'm not Katie Price.
Yeah.
So I watched the deterioration, Elaine, as an ordinary person who didn't want to be here anymore. On my birthday, I said to my husband, if this is it, I want to die now. I've had enough. I've given a certain amount of years, and now I'm ageless. I've decided I don't have an age anymore, and everyone could, one day I'm one age, one day I'm another. I don't give a shit anymore about that. But what I'm saying is I didn't want to be here. And if this world doesn't change, there's no point of being here, because if you cannot be yourself and do what you're doing, yes, I can do this, but at some point the money will be like, okay, I've got to get a sponsor or else I can't do this anymore. But what I'm saying is what they've done to people, particularly, they couldn't have a war because Trump ended them. So they created another one, and it became turning against not turning against you because of your religion, but turning against you because you know in your heart, and you've known it all the time, that you do not need to go and see a doctor anymore. Like Jesus said, physician, heal thyself. It's all inside of you. And because of that, they created a war. It was so clever what they've done. They're so clever what they did with these masks and how they managed
but
each other.
You've got to look on the bright side, and you've got to say, some of us knew this. Some of us recognized it for what it was, and some of us have done something about it.
So we're going to take the conversation, guys, into another platform. So if you want to join us, we're going to talk about things that really need to be talked about. But before we go there, so we just want to say that everyone who's watching this on YouTube, and we don't take them into the other vibration that we really want to talk about, which is very interesting and exciting, and I want to know everything, and I want to pass everything on that I can, is that we want you to know how special you are, and all the work that we are doing is without being aloof, because I want to be empathizing and in everyone's shoes. This is literally, you have been put into a situation where you've got to realize your magnificence. And the minute you realize how magnificent you are, like when Jesus would look at you and say, walk or see, the reason you walked or you saw was because you have that in you. And all he did was see that magnificence that you cannot see yet in yourself. And because we are able to see it in ourselves now, we can see it in you. That's all it is. So the minute you look at me, I did it with my father and it worked. My father would ring me up and say, oh God, Lauren, you've brought I do it in Bob Bertha. It's so much my father. You've made me blood pressure go up. It's your fault, right? He's Irish. He was Irish and English. And a lot of that is dad. And one day I caught on to it, thanks to A Course in Miracles. And I looked at him and I saw this, yada, yada, yada. This is ego, this is fear, boom, boom, boom. And I said to him, Dad, I'm an adult. I'm not 7 years old anymore. You can't do this. And I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you. And I'm here because I love you, not because I came here to write you a book. He used to say to me, right, get out a pad now, Lauren, and do my book. This is how he was, like Don Corleone. I've paid for a ticket for you to come to Israel. You've got to write my book. And I say to him, Dad, I love you. And continuously. And do you know what happened? We became the best of friends. It just shifted. And I had the most incredible experience. I wrote his life story, but it was different because when he went like that, it was like ego, 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 ego. I love you, Dad. I love you. I love you. What you give, you receive. And it shifted. And so
well, I think when you start to get really awake, you actually begin to see this without really hearing it. It's almost as if you've turned the sound off and you're watching it from a distance, and you don't let it ripple your energy, because what we usually do is we let it cause ripples. And it disturbs our energy to the point that we begin to get angry, or we begin to get sad, or it disturbs our equilibrium. But when you realize that the difference between ego and non-ego, you actually start to turn off from that. You hear it, but you don't absorb it. And it's almost like you've turned off the sound, and you can actually watch it with amusement, not nastily, but in a kind, loving way, and actually know that you will not engage. And it's amazing when you reach that stage. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And I'd say the thing that helped me the most is I check every year, I start again. And today I'm in lesson 12, aren't I? I am upset because I see a meaningless world. And that's A Course in Miracles. I've been doing this now for 8 years. And the minute I tap back into that little affirmation, I am upset because I see a meaningless world. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the conversation now into another platform. And I'm going to say to you, we want to now understand this. We're going to look at how you can see everything from a more neutral way. Just before we finish, I was having this conversation with my blood sister, my little sister, who I'm trying to do my best with at the moment. I've backed off completely because she's blocked me again because I'm different, and she just doesn't want to listen. But she told me about a situation. Well, I told her she was having struggle with her youngest, who's very much one of us and hasn't come into it yet. And she said, why can't I help her? Well, I said, well, because what you need to do is you need to be neutral. You need to look from above, not as her mother, not as the person that loves her more than anything, but as somebody who's stepping out and looking from above, like a neutral being. And that's what I'm going to take the conversation into now, is for all of you who are watching. Most of you are starseeds, most of you are indigos and crystals and healers that have come here to do the work. Just very quickly before I go into that, another struggle I've got at the moment, which I'm finding very interesting, Elaine, is I'm watching psychics or tarot readers, interesting, and they have absolutely no idea about the truth.
I know.
You know what I mean? And it's like they're talking about a pandemic, and they're talking about this, and they're saying they can't wait, and they're getting paid like a lot of money. And I'm not saying they're not good at what they do. They are good with their readings, but then they jump into this thing. They go into something, they say at the end of it, I can't wait. And I think, I can't believe this. How can you be psychic and not know who President Trump is, for example, again, which we can't say too much on here. But how does that happen? Who are these people? And you know what I'm talking about, so I'm not imagining it. I said, I suddenly feel that this is a good person. I've known this for 2 years. And this is a good person, that this is a person that you need to see beyond. How can they say that they're getting messages and they're the ones who are getting all the views? And I'm a bit confused about that. So how do you feel about that, Elaine? Because that really threw me when I was watching someone who I trusted.
Are we going to take a physical break, or are we just going to carry on and then you'll cut it?
Just very quickly in this conversation, because we're going to have people that are watching a lot of these psychics, and you've got to be very careful, because Jesus told you as well, and I'm Jewish, you know that, but I do believe in the teachings of Jesus. Course in Miracles is my whole way of living, but this is the new teachings, which came through in the 70s, which is just love, pure love.
I can't wait to see what they took out. I want to see it. I want to see every word and all the scrolls and everything. They found an awful lot of stuff. So, yeah, that will be interesting, won't it?
But before we take it into the next conversation, because we are going to get people.
How do I feel about psychics? The only thing I can think of is we are receivers, okay? And we are to receive stuff which is not good for us. You often meet somebody who's very negative. By the time you've left them, you've actually taken on board a lot of their negativity. You absorb it. And I can only say that it takes being more than a psychic to be awake. You know, you have to learn to, it's like you shield yourself when you're doing anything with psychics. Yeah, me too. I'm very religious.
I have my crystal.
Yeah, I do it every morning when I wake up. I do it before I go to sleep at night. I'm shielded. Maybe these people don't do that. I don't know. But they might have taken on more mind control than even Joe Bloggs because they're psychic. So if they don't shield themselves from anything, if they're not aware that there is a way that their receiver can be interfered with, if you like, then they might be harder to wake up than the normal person.
I mean, there's people that are the most enlightened that I know, and people as well, and yet they're going to have they are even going to have to wake up with what we're going to talk about. Nothing will surprise me. Nothing. Everything that I thought that couldn't, you know, in my innocence, when I was innocent, to a certain extent, I'm really grateful that I had such a hard life, particularly as a performer.
Well, I mean, I haven't had
it woke me up. It woke me up.
So I think when the universe gives you a kick up the backside, it's usually a big one. Okay, it usually knocks you for 6 completely, and you think, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Okay, it's usually a huge launch. I think that's happened to me 3 times in my life, and each time my life has changed direction completely out of it. With hindsight, each one has been a huge gift.
Well, through being an entertainer and being rejected, continuously rejected, I mean, I sent different letters to each member of the royal family about 5 years ago, I think, to help me with my mental health performances, because I was going out to talk about the therapeutic community, and they were supposed to be working with heads together and trying to do something to help people, and not one of them gave me an opportunity to talk about what I was doing, which was a huge message that, you know, you do the breakdown stage instead of real life, and you don't need medication, you need creativity and love, etc., etc. But through all of that pain, I fell out big time with a light worker in this year, it is last year, because she couldn't understand what I was saying about Madonna. And I said, well, of course she's one of that lot. Come on, you need to wake up. Oh, no, you're just making... I said, no. She said, how do you know? She said, you're just jealous. Honestly, This is what people would say to me, you're just jealous because you couldn't get there and nobody gave you a chance. I said, yes, I'm jealous. Of course I'm jealous. I wasn't allowed to have a career, but there's no way I would have gone in a direction that lot went. I have absolutely, no interest in anything that lot are doing. But I deserved a career just the same as everyone else. And it's not jealousy. It's because I know in my heart, and don't ask me why, but since I started to wake up, boom, 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 it was like, oh my God, I was right about that. And I was right that. I was right about that. And I was everything. Like, this is why they cut me off YouTube. I did, not YouTube, but I did a reading a couple of months ago. And I can say this on here because I think a lot of people have already think it's safe. But I knew that whoever will be the president, we know that, and who looks like the cat, as Bob and Bertha would say, the orange with white bits. He will not stay. He will leave, and someone else is going to take over, someone younger. And I kept getting General Flynn. I just kept getting it, and I said it, and I'm still saying it. It would be him and someone else, and we know who the other one is. But we're going to take this into a new platform where we can say whatever we feel like, and that's what's so exciting. So we're taking the reins off.
I just need a minute. If that's
you too, right. And I'm going to pause so I can bring everyone in. Elaine, okay. you take a minute, and I will bring everyone in. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So now we've kept it on the surface for everyone, and we've tried to stay within the parameters that will not get us kicked off YouTube or Facebook. So I hope you enjoy that. And now we're going to go deep. We're going to talk about everything that we can talk on here. So it's going to be very exciting, as I haven't been able to do an interview like that for quite a while now. So come with us into the other platform. We're going into BitTube, New Brand YouTube, I think it's called, Gab. Okay, I love you lots, guys, and come with me deep into that rabbit. Woo! That. Okay, we've had an interesting shift here because Elaine's on the other side.
I don't know how that's happen?
I don't know how that happened either. So I was on the right and you on the left, but then it's mirrored anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't, where is this conversation going? This now, this is even easier. Okay, how to find us on BitChute. So go into your search engine. Go into your search engine. You put BitChute, Moving On TV. Okay, Moving On TV BitChute will come up. You click on it. Takes you to Moving On TV, and you go down there, and then you just click the red thing, Moving On TV, and there's all our videos. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
You would imagine to have snow caps. It must be fairly cold.
I close my eyes and a vision will appear. Wish that you were...
Good evening. Day one of our trip to Edinburgh. Today is the 16th of August.
It's cool here, isn't it? You can sort of...
Lovely.
You down deep inside in the corner.
always. Welcome to the awakening.
You'll always be there. You'll always be
Hello there. Welcome back to Life Coaching with Lauren, and achieving your dream life, as we explained before, is what's important.
It's disgusting. Look at me. I have to live in this stupid shower cap all the time, just in case I'm called to moving on TV. So the minute I get in my bath. Now, for God's sake, Janie, I'm not having it. I'm not having the accent problem, because then I have to start like Piaf again, and oh my God, it goes very quickly into French. Oh, I don't know what's happening to me, Janie. I'm merging all these characters. Hello there, this is Henry Miller. You're right today, Janie. Right, I come from the southern. Oh, it's like Jenny. I don't know. Where am I? Baba Bertha, come back. Hello. Oh, right. I'm back. Right. I have these buttons I press, right?
and I will shed a day with you together.
Yes, Edward, I can hear you thinking.
RS,
But the
perform-
Public Rubbish Society?
the Performing Rights Society.
What are you talking about? Oh, get on with it. Tell me what you're talking about.
Let me read you the important email, Madame PF. It says, Madame PF, you owe the PRS €1 million for performing your own songs, which you have not asked for.
Okay, right. So this is daily schedule. This is the daily schedule. Every single day, guys. Every single day we will have this daily schedule. Daily schedule, 8 a.m. and 7:30, hypnotherapy with Martin, 12 p.m., shamanic pole meditation and drumming with Paul McDonald. Okay, every single day at the moment. This is the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, every day. Okay, so this is the daily schedule for Moving On TV. Now I'm going to break it down into the days. Okay, so Monday, holistic Monday. So you get the same plus, you get the same holistic Monday. So holistic Monday is going to be the same plus extra hypnotherapy, shamanism, just extra hypnotherapy on mind, body, spirit. And repeats, okay, repeats of the 8 a.m., of the 12 p.m. shamanic. meditation. Good call. Okay, so this is Monday. Holistic Monday will start from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. Mondays. Okay, Holistic Monday. Okay, Mondays. Holistic Monday, the same, plus extra hypnotherapy, mind, body, spirit, repeats of the shamanic meditation, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. You're going to get extra hypnotherapy and mind, body, spirit the whole day. Okay, from 8 a.m. Till 11 p.m. on Monday. Okay, 11:30 probably. Okay, now Tuesday. I'm going through the weekly schedule now. Tuesday is Community Tuesdays. Community Tuesdays, again, will start 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. Tuesday. Okay, so you'll get like the community shows, interviews, and more. Not sure. Whatever community means, we did look at that, okay? Every Tuesday, Holistic Community Tuesday. Community Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday community shows. Then Wednesday, we're calling it Encounters Wednesday. And that's going to be again 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. onwards will be encounters. So you'll get the Zooms, you get all sorts of interviews, Zoom, moving on theatre, you'll get moving on theatre shows and promos and blogs and you'll get anything to do with theatre, etc. That's it. Okay, that is it for Wednesday. And again, that is all UK time. Okay, so Wednesday, Encounters Wednesday. Encounters Wednesday. From 8 a.m. to 11 onwards will be encounters, moving on theatre shows and promos. It might go on past 11 p.m. because we do the Zoom and then we put it on for you. Thursday is, what is Thursday? Oh, MOTV Jukebox. MOTV, well, Thursday is moving on talent. Thursday is moving on talent, and that includes MOTV Jukebox. Now, MOTV Jukebox will go from 5 to 7 p.m. and 9 till 11. All being well, you know, if I'm okay to do it. If not, then it will be streamed of repeats. And also all the talent we can find, all the great new talent. Okay, songwriters, etc. Singer. Okay, so that's moving on to talent is Wednesday. Moving on talent. Wednesday, moving on talent. Thursday is Thursday Tarot. Oh, sorry, we did Thursday. Friday is Tarot. Tarot. So live, hopefully. Live will go on from about 8:30 till 11 p.m. approximately, where you can have live readings with me and extra people. And through the day, okay, so Friday is Tarot Live. And through the day, watch tarot shows. You can watch the shows and programs, tarot, from 8 a.m. again. We go live, okay, till 8 p.m. approximately on and off. Okay, so that's Friday's Tarot Live. Now, Saturday is happy. So we got the happy news is happy Saturday. Happy news Saturday and awakenings, I think it was. No, and coaching. I think it was coaching. Whatever that means, again, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. UK. Everything is UK, okay? Saturday is coaching and happy news. And when we say community, that will also hold the book show. Okay, so anything to do with people. And then Sunday, all being well, is usually comedy. Sunday is comedy, okay? And I've got life, bobbers about. You know, all being well, if I've got the energy, okay? And that usually starts about, again, from 8 a.m. You'll get program streams and live from approximately 4 p.m. Okay, and then we start again. Okay, guys, so that is the schedule. So Friday, tarot live through the day, I watch shows and programs, tarot. Now, during the night, in between, during the night, you get insomniacs, insomniacs, which is me, which is Lauren show, entertainment, singing. And that is obviously if and when, okay, okay, so that's in between. And also MOTV jukebox, you're going to get box talent videos of all the great talent out there. Okay, and what have we not put on yet? And anything else doesn't come under the set categories. Okay, so if I can find something and I think, oh, that's not going to fit the set categories. Okay, so that's during the night. Insomniacs, a show, singing, MOTV jukebox, talent, videos of all the great talent out there. So that's the schedule for the week. So I'm going to finish there because then I can cut this quickly and put it on so you can watch it over and over. I love you, and of course, Hey guys, welcome to The Awakening. What if you actually get up and you don't want to do anything? You don't want to do the light work that you feel you're put here to do. You have had a really difficult night where you felt ill. You get emails from people telling you that what you're putting out is rubbish, particularly people that you respect, and they have evidence that it's rubbish, and yet your gut tells you it's not. And anyway, we're here to explore. And there's very little love around you at this moment. You wake up and you're on your own. You just feel completely alone, and you feel like, I can't do it today. I can't do it today. Now, lots of you must be waking up like that, the way I woke up today. I just can't do it. I don't want to do it today. So don't. So don't. You see, that's the misconception. The misconception is to do anything. No one told you that you have to do anything. You know, when I studied A Course in Miracles, I learned that nothing or anyone, Jesus or, no one, God, told us that we have to do anything. Our job is to be happy. Our job is to be peaceful and calm and happy. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Today, I'm in child mode, and this is Myrtle. Myrtle Fillmore, my bunny. I named her after Myrtle Fillmore, the healer. The healer who healed herself when everybody said that she wouldn't, that she couldn't. She's falling apart and she's old. Look at her. But she is my comfort zone, my comfort bunny. And today I feel about 5 years old. I feel alone. I feel abandoned. I feel sad. And I feel like I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. I can't get Adobe to work properly to do the editing of my programs. And as I say, I woke up and there were these emails that I really didn't want to see. Where's the lottery grant? Why is it taking so long to get money? You know, the ego is happy to go on and on and on. That's the darkness, my darling. But when I go out, I see a beautiful blue sky with little puffy clouds and a beautiful sun shining down on top of me without chemtrails. And then I open A Course in Miracles. I am among the ministers of love. Let us today be neither arrogant nor falsely humble. We have gone beyond such foolishness. We cannot judge ourselves, nor need we do so. These are but attempts to hold decision off and to delay commitment to our function, which is to be. It is not our part to judge our worth, nor can we know what role is best for us. What we can do within a larger plan we cannot see in its entirety. Our part is cast in heaven, not in hell. I think his weakness can be strength. What we believe to be our strength. Whatever your appointed role may be, it was selected by the voice of God for love. It is to speak for you as well. seeing your strengths exactly as they are. And equally, they can be best applied. For what to and when? He chooses and accepts your part for you. He does not work without your own consent, but he is not deceived in what you are and listens only to his voice in you. It is ability to hear one voice, which is his own, that you become aware at last there is one voice in you. And that one voice appoints your function and relays it to you, giving you the strength to understand it, do what it entails, and succeed in everything you do that is related to it. God has joined his Son in this. His Son becomes his messenger of unity with him. His Son, you, his daughter, me. It is this joining to the voice for God or love, of father and son or daughter, that sets apart salvation from the world. It is this voice which speaks of laws the world does not obey, which promises salvation from all sins with guilt abolished in the mind that God love created sinless. Now this mind becomes aware of who created it and of his lasting union with itself. So it's itself, the one reality in which its will and that of love God are joined. A messenger is not the one who writes the message he delivers, nor does he or she question the right of him who does, nor ask why he or she has chosen those who will receive the message that he or she brings. It is enough that he or she accept it, give it to the ones for whom it is intended, and fulfill its or role in its delivery. So my job as a messenger is to give the messages, not to think about them, not to dwell on whether they are true or not, but to give the messages as a media company, to send out messages, people's truth, for you to decide. A messenger is not the one who writes the said. It is enough that he'll give it to ones for whom it's intended and fill his or role in its delivery. If he or she determine what the message should be or what their purpose is or where they should be carried, he or she is willing to perform his or her proper part as a bringer of the word. So if I decide what is true and what isn't, I'm not giving others the chance to express their truth. There is one major difference in the role of heaven's messengers, which sets them off from those the world appoints. The messages that they deliver are intended for them. And it is only as they can accept them for themselves, they become able to bring them further and to give them everywhere that they want to be. I cannot teach you to come into the light until I am able to come into the light. I cannot teach you what is good and what is not good for us until I am able to feel in my heart exactly what is true and what isn't. But I can give other people's truth. Like earthly messengers, they did not write the messages they bear, but they become their first receivers in the truest sense, receiving to prepare themselves to give. An earthly messenger fulfills his role or her role by giving all the messages away. This is perfect. This is a course in miracles, and it's answering my question. The messengers of love perform their part by their acceptance. By every message they give away. The messages of love, for thus do you become his or her messenger. You are appointed now, and yet you wait to give the messages you have received. And so you do not know that they are yours and do not recognize them. No one can receive and understand he has received until he gives. For in the giving is his own acceptance of what he received. I give out what I'm receiving, and then it's up to you to make your decisions. Don't turn against me. I am a messenger. For you are now the messenger of love. Receive as messengers, that is part of your appointed role. Love has not failed to offer what you need, nor has it been left unaccepted. Yet another part of your appointed task is to be finished. He who has received for you the messages of love would have them be received by you as well. For thus do you identify with him and claim your own. It is very long. We practice giving him what he would have, that we may recognize his gifts to us. He needs our voice that he may speak through us. He needs our hands to hold his messages and carry to those whom he wills, for those who wait in misery may be at last delivered. And he or she needs our will united with his own, that we may be the true receivers of the gifts he gives. Let us but learn this lesson for today. We will not recognize that we receive until we give it. You have heard this said 100 ways, 100 times. Yet belief is lacking still. But this is sure, until belief is given, you will receive 1,000 miracles and then receive 1,000 more. But will not know that God himself has left no gift beyond what you already have, nor has denied the tiniest of blessings to a son or daughter. What can this mean to you until you have identified with him with his own? Our lesson for today is thus: I am among the ministers of love. I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize I am free. The world recedes as we light up our minds and realize these holy words are true. They are the message sent to us today from our Creator. Now we demonstrate how they have changed our minds about ourselves and what our function is. For as we prove that we accept no will we do not share, our many gifts from our Creator will spring to our sight and leap into our hands, and we will recognize what we received. Thank you. I love you. I am among the ministers of love. I am grateful I have the means by which to recognize I am free. And so I am allowed to give you the messages that I believe may be true. And then if you want to come and debate that they're not, then we'll do it in front of the public. I'm moving on TV. That's my answer. And that is the answer, I think. I have an idea. Let's get the debate going. Please bring on that group. And we can debate with Mark Steele. What is really going on? I'm open to this. Are they? There we go. Moving on TV, we'll bring on different groups and is very happy to. Okay, let's have a look at how to stay sane in a crazy world. So basically, we need another debate. Another debate as well. With you, Mark, and this group. Let's see, Mark. Yeah, we need another debate, and then we can see what the truth is, and the public can make their own decisions. Okay, how about that? I shall ask Mark about this. How to stay sane, meditation. Today I'm going to do some meditation. I'm letting go today. I'm meditating for the amount of time I can, as I know this will benefit me and make me more aware and awake. Meditation today, guys. You need to meditate. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to contact Mark Steele. I'm going to put out the debate we've done, and I'm going to ask for another one with this other group. They call themselves something, the Cosmos, ukcosmos.org. Take care, love you lots, have a beautiful day. muted. And where is Cara when? So to cut a long story short, I'm fine. Everything's very, very slow at the moment. YouTube's slow, BitChute's everything. But you can watch what I said to you, and I'll put the message up here. I recommend if you've got people that you want to wake up, show them this. It's on my BitChute now. It got wiped off everywhere, and Kate gave it to me, and I put it into a format, and it's now on BitChute, okay? You remember Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest? Well, there you go. Okay, it's a really, really good little sketch, and it's a good way to introduce people and to try and wake them up if you can. You know, as Elaine said, you can only do your best. I hope you enjoyed that amazing interview. Now, part 2, I put on a little video, and I'll put that on again, which shows you how to get on our BitChute, because some people are saying they can't find Moving On TV. Well, you should be able to find it. If not, then watch this. It's very, very short, and it's on YouTube. There's a little post now that you can watch that explains to you. Here we are, how to find us on BitChute. Okay, so let's watch that together. If you have any problems, please get back to me.
Okay, how to find us on BitChute. So go into your search engine. Go into your search engine. You put BitChute, Moving On TV. Okay, Moving On TV BitChute will come up. You click on it. Takes you to Moving On TV, and you go down there, and then you just click the red thing, Moving On TV, and there's all our videos. Okay, there you go. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As I say, if you've got problems, let me know, and I'll explain a bit more to you. Now, today is Encounters Wednesday, which is theatre, and we have our regular the meditation at 8 o'clock and Manic Paul 12 o'clock, but apart from that, everything is new, and you can watch the schedule. I don't know how to split the screen. Let's see if I can do it. Hang on. I'm not sure how to do it. I think it'll just go on and wipe me off. So here is the schedule from 8 a.m. That's it. Later on. 8 a.m. Okay, I'll read it to you. We start with relaxation with Martin. Then at 9:30, there's me presenting something, probably an advert about us getting sponsors. And we have Heart Vision at 10 a.m. We have Moving On TV presents at 11, which is Encounters, and then Shamanic Paul at 12 o'clock. Okay, that's the morning schedule. And then the afternoon schedule. The afternoon schedule is the morning schedule. The afternoon schedule is 1:45. We have Encounters Wednesday. 3 o'clock is we have Encounters Entertainment and Arts. 4:15 we have Moving On TV presents Encounters Wednesday. Letting Go and Relaxation at 7:30 p.m. and Moving On TV presents at 9, I think that is. I can just about see it. So I hope this explains the schedule to you guys. I'm trying to bring it up with me, but I don't know how to do that. And I don't think I can. Because I can do it with, hang on, that's weird. I can do it with this. So why can't I do it with this? Maybe because it goes across the screen and it blocks me. Because all I can do now is bring myself. No, I can't get back on with it. I'm trying to bring myself on to explain the schedule, but it doesn't work. Okay, never mind. So that's the schedule for Encounters Wednesday. So please enjoy our program, share and like them. They're on Facebook, Twitch, Facebook and Twitch, and YouTube, of course. and Periscope. Okay, so that's where we're transmitting at the moment. The Truth programs will go on BitChute, moving on TV, brand new Tube, moving on TV, and MeWe, okay, and Parlay if it's still there. But now I thought, because I'm here and I'm waiting for the program with Elaine to cook, as I say, I'm editing at the same time. It's still got an hour to go. I'm putting the Tame interview on YouTube, and that should go on quite soon. And I am not monetizing any of the videos for Moving on TV. I've decided I don't want to. I don't intend to monetize Moving on TV on YouTube because I don't want all those awful adverts everywhere. I don't want them. I just want basic, I want just to have our adverts, and I don't want to bug you because it's getting on my nerves lately when I'm watching anything. I don't know about you, but anything I watch, the adverts keep cutting in all the time. And the program, I don't want that to happen. So I'm not going to have, if there's adverts before or in the middle or after, when you watch something on YouTube or Moving on TV community, please let me know. Moving on TV community is where we are. Okay. Right. But because, as I say, I'm awake and I'm not going to go to bed till I know that, till I get Martin streaming at 8 a.m. and then I put everything on. I'm finished until I get up again sometime in the afternoon or evening. So it's my time to rest. But I'm going to read to you A Course in Miracles today because as you could see, Course in Miracles is what keeps me sane. It's the high power that I choose about 8 years ago. To me, it's choosing love over ego. And when I do, I talk to Elaine about meaningless world, because Course in Miracles at the moment is all about a meaningless world, okay? Now, meaningless is not actually what we think it means. It doesn't mean the world doesn't mean anything that, in a negative way. It means that you have a different perception. Everyone has a different perception. For example, to me, this is pink, okay? So another person, they'd say, oh, it's kind of rosy red. Or if you look at that wig I was wearing, this one, it's actually purple. This is purple, but look at the color it is. It's blue. It's blue, but you can see the purple overtones, can't you? That is what meaningless means. Is it can't mean anything because it's different to every person, to every eye. It's going to be different. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you now. Lesson 13, because as far as I know, it's January the 13th today. Today's idea is really another form of the preceding one, except it is more specific as to the emotion aroused. Actually, a meaningless world is impossible. Nothing without meaning exists. However, it does not follow that you will not think you perceive something that has no meaning. On the contrary, you will be particularly likely to think you do perceive it. Recognition of meaningless arouses intense anxiety in all the separated ones. Because if I take away your belief, you're going to get very anxious. Yeah, because you're separate. You're in ego. You're not in love. You're not in love consciousness. So you're going to get very, it's going to shake your world. If I say something to you if I say to you, this is green, and you're sure it's pink, then it's going to shake your world, okay? Recognition of meaningless arouses intense anxiety in all the separated ones. It represents a situation in which love, God, and the ego challenge each other as to whose meaning is to be written in the empty space that meaningless provides. The ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas here, fearful that the void may otherwise be used to demonstrate its own impotence and unreality. And on this alone, it is correct. It is essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaningless and accept it without fear. If you are fearful, it is certain you will endow the world with attributes that it does not possess and crowd it with images that do not exist. The mind will keep going and going and going. Like, for example, eviction. The mind shows me already out there with 2 cats on my own in the cold, with 2 cats in a box, and we're all dying. That's what the mind does, okay? Meaningless. It's not true. It's what the mind does, okay? The ego rushes in to establish its own ideas. It is essential, therefore, sorry, the mouse is tangled up in my toes here. Right. It is essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaningless and accept it without fear. If you are fearful, it's certain you will endow the world with attributes that it does not possess and crowd it with images that do not exist, okay? To the ego, illusions are safety devices, as they must also be to you who equate yourself with the ego. The exercise for today, which should be about 3 or 4 times for more than a minute, not more than a minute or so at most each time, are to be practiced in a somewhat different way from the preceding ones. With eyes closed, repeat today's idea to yourself, then open your eyes and look about you slowly, saying, I am looking at a meaningless world. Repeat the statement as you look about and close your eyes and conclude. A meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with God love. That's the ego. The ego competes and it convinces you that you're competing with God love. You may find it difficult to avoid resistance in one form or another to this concluding statement. Whatever form such resistance may take, remind yourself that you are really afraid of such a thought because of the vengeance of the enemy. You are not expected to believe the statement at this point and will probably dismiss it as preposterous. Note carefully, however, any signs of overt or covert fear which it may arouse. So notice the minute you say, I'm looking at a meaningless world, oh my God, I hated this lesson. 8 years ago when I started doing that, I hated it. No, I don't want I don't want anything to do with meaningless. The world is this and it's this and it's, I have to have my beliefs and my values. That really scared me, okay? But now obviously I understand what it means, meaningless, is to have a different perception and to allow other people to see things from a neutral point of view. This is our first attempt at stating an explicit cause and effect relationship of a kind. So I find it difficult to avoid resistance in one form or another in this concluding statement. Whatever form resistance may take, remind yourself you are really afraid of such a thought because of the vengeance of the enemy. You are not expected to believe the statement at this point and will probably dismiss it as preposterous. Note carefully, however, any signs of overt or covert fear it may arouse. This is our first attempt at stating an explicit cause and effect relationship of a kind which you are very inexperienced in recognizing. Do not dwell on the concluding statement and try not even to think of it except during the practice periods. That will suffice. So forget about the fact that it scares you, a meaningless world engenders fear. Forget about the statement, just do it 4 times a day. What I love about Course in Miracles is Jesus says this, he channeled it in 1970s. It came through Helen Schuchtman. And it's beautiful because it's so full of love and compassion and empathy. And Jesus says in there, I don't want you to suffer. I want you to be happy. I don't want you to worry about having to do this perfectly. There is no perfection. Okay, so that's Course in Miracles for today. And I recommend you get yourself onto Course in Miracles because it really will. It's incredible. I mean, when I woke up in the therapeutic community to keep myself sane after that as well, because I was still there and I had to get through the day with these people that were bullying me and didn't believe that I was in a different vibration. I used the Course in Miracles all the time. And I used to write it on my hand or a piece of paper, and then I'd take it out and use it. Now I'm going to do a How to Stay Sane the Crazy World card. I channeled these cards after I came out of the wheelchair. Some of them come from the therapeutic community. Some of the things I got are from the 12 steps. Okay, so what I'm saying to you, hang on, let's see what's going on with YouTube here. Yeah, everything is so slow. Everything is so slow at the moment. YouTube's not doing very well at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to have a look. This one is staying here, sticking out. Halt. And halt, of course, is how you live your life on a daily basis. Okay, don't get too hungry, too angry, too lonely, or too tired. Now, don't get too hungry. Common sense, because your blood sugar will fluctuate all over the place. You have to eat something. Okay, my mom used to say, feast at breakfast like a queen, like a king, you know, afternoon like a queen, and a pauper at dinner. And that's how the Buddhists do it, because your metabolism is very, very, very slow in the night. Okay, don't get too angry. If you get angry, we'll just scream it out. Do what I do, scream it out, you know, run in nature, get rid of it, deal with the anger, bring it up, have a good scream, laugh, do your creativity, but put all the anger into it. Don't get too lonely. It's very difficult at the moment for some of us. And so the only way you can try and work through that is to bring people on the phone. And that's what I do, connect on the phone. Or just go on, do your own programs, create something that keeps you from being lonely. This is how I connect. And when I see people coming on here, it means that I'm connecting to the human race. It makes me grateful, and don't get too tired. So as I say, I've been working 12 hours. And so as soon as I bring Martin on at 8 a.m., I'm going to go in about 10 minutes. And I will bring him on, and then things will stream all through the day, and they will automatically connect. And but please go on BitChute, because that's where you're going to get the real stuff. Okay, like this, for example. Watch this. If you are trying to convince someone, watch this. It's brilliant. It's funny. It's clever. Kate made it, and I put it on for her. It was taken off everything. She can't put anything on. I don't know where she is at the moment, but she gave me permission to incorporate it as a newsflash. And so you can watch this on BitChute, because I've taken it off YouTube now. I'm not taking any chances. Okay, watch it on BitChute. And if you can't find it, let me know and I will help you. And then soon, I don't see this happening tonight because I'm absolutely exhausted now. But there's 48 minutes to go. The very innocent video with Elaine, which is talking about silver linings, which is amazing, the silver linings of lockdowns and everything. And you watched that with me. We watched it together. That will be going on YouTube as we speak. It's uploading now. And because it's so slow, it'll probably take a lot longer to upload. Yeah, very slow. Everything is very, very slow. And I also learned that when you do brand new tube, you can only brand new tube. You can only have things that are at the most about half an hour, or else it won't go on, 20 minutes to half an hour. So I've had to chunk down the interviews, okay? I'm going to be chunking down all the interviews. I've got loads of work to do. It's a good job. I love my work, but I'm going to stop after this at 8 a.m. Actually, I'm probably going to stop now, and I'm going to switch this off, and then 8 a.m., from 8 a.m., I'll show you the schedule for today again. There you go. There's the schedule for today. You can hear me. Actually, I'm probably going to stop now, and I'm going to switch this off, and then 8 a.m., from 8 a.m., I'll show you the schedule for today again. Here you go. There's the schedule for today. You can hear me. Great, you can hear me. I'm checking it out. Okay, this is the schedule for today, guys. So 8 a.m. we start with Martin, and then you've got the regulars. Martin and Paul at 12 o'clock are the regular ones that go on every single day. In between, you've got Heart Vision, you've got encounters, you've got a message from me. So really, I hope you enjoy it. And then in the afternoon, you've got arts and encounters and the art show. You've got moving on theatre shows. You've got theatre. You've got Letting Go with Martin again at 7:30 and a message from me. Okay, that's the schedule for today. In the afternoon, we've got. That's the schedule for today, and then I will be back again. If you want to join Encounters, please email me. I'll send you the Zoom. Well, hopefully we're going to have Dan Woodvine on there and Emma. Hopefully we're going to have a few more women, as I'm drowning in testosterone. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And then that'll go on straight on from the Zoom, because the Zoom will be ready probably about 9 o'clock. I'll put it on for you, and come on to introduce you, hopefully introduce you to the schedule for, the schedule for tomorrow. I won't introduce you to that till after 12 o'clock, because Thursday is MOTV Jukebox. Yay! Moving on, talent. And before I go, I'll just leave you with a narcissistic view of the world and asking you to do this. I want you to do this. I want to see your beauty inside and out. Okay, so I want you to do this. I want you to do this, okay? Be the star you are. I want you to do this. I'm going to put, hopefully, if I can find it. I want you to do this, okay? So I'm leaving it on. I want you to send me your videos, right? Send me your videos. I want you to send me your videos, celebrating your inside and outside beauty. Send me your videos. I dare you.
She's all around, she lights up the room. We call her.
I want healthy narcissism.
Colors are strong. The love inside goes on and on. A flower so bright, with just one smile, dark turns to light. Her heart opens like a rose, and deep inside, her love it shows. This is your day now, your day to
every single one of you can do that. Every single one of you can celebrate who you are. And I would like to see your videos, okay? So I can put them on here. Like, watch Jaylee jump around to the age of Aquarius. I love this. I love this. Every single one of you can do that. This is Jaylee jumping around to the age of Aquarius. It's just so funny. I love it. Like, watch Jaylee jump around to the age of Aquarius. I love this. I love this. It's just incredible. Around to the age of Aquarius. Where is she? It's just so funny. There she is. Look at her. Celebrating life. Celebrating. This is Jaylee Small. Amazing. And then she goes again. This is celebration.
When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter
Look how she made that video. It's so simple. Anyone can do it.
then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, 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 Aquarius.
I love it with the hairdryer. She won't come on Moving on TV. She said she's too shy to be interviewed. Now, does that look like? I'm putting this now out on YouTube, all right? I'm putting it out on Facebook that I want to see you all on here. I want you celebrating. What you really are. Forgive me, I'm just logging in. Oh, for God's sake. Don't let me log in. Stupid thing. Oh, YouTube, Facebook, I mean, God. All these social medias, I'm really fed up with them. I'm just logging in. Oh, for God's sake. I can't use my iPhone app anymore with Facebook. I don't know if anybody else is struggling with that, but it's just complete and utter nonsense now. Oh, stupid, stupid. Says it's not accepting my telephone now. But it's just complete and utter nonsense.
It's not accepting my telephone now.
Oh, I tell you, social media, I've had it with social media. It's just a total and utter nonsense now. It really is. I won't accept the new password. Totally fed up with it.
It's not accepting my telephone now. Oh, I tell you, social media.
So, because I can't get on my iPhone. Is anybody else experiencing this? And the iPhone app and Facebook, it's not working at all anymore. All right, we're in. Cool. Okay, let's get Jaylee on. Jaylee, let's get Be the Star You Are in here. I want to put that on now. Be the Star You Are. And I'm going to put a message on there. Be the star you are. Okay, I want. Hi, everyone. Please, right, send me your videos like this one. Celebrating how amazing you are on the inside and outside. Okay, I want you to send me your videos. Let me tag everyone, whoever will let me tag.
Like this one. Celebrating how amazing you are.
When I tag now, they say I'm spamming. So, you know, it's just a total nightmare. You can't win.
Okay?
You can't win.
Send me your videos. Tag everyone.
Right, I'll share that further.
Now, they say I'm spamming.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just a total nightmare. You can't win. Okay? I can't win.
Anyway, it'll be gone soon. We're going to be liberated. It'll be gone soon. But it's a bit of a nightmare, quite honestly. They encourage you, and then when you tag, they say you're spamming. Anyway, it is now. Ooh, I've got to go, guys, because Martin's going to come on at 8 o'clock. But before that, I don't think I've got time to go on the mission. Let's see if I have. Be the star you are. Mission. Let's try. See if I can do that. Watch this with me. This is what I want you to do, guys.
It is now. I've got to go, guys, because Martin's going to come on at 8 o'clock. But before that, I don't think I've got time to go on the mission. Let's see if I have. Be the star you are. Mission. Let's try. See if I can do that. Watch this with me. This is what I want you to do, guys. I've got to go, guys, because Martin's going to come on at 8 o'clock. But before that,
God, it's taking forever. Oh yeah, it's because the video is probably taking forever to upload.
Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. And this is about the time where I work.
It's purple. Can you see? It's not blue. It's purple.
Today's Holistic Monday, which is a really good. Welcome to Moving On TV. Oh, and this is the time where I work. Today is Holistic Monday, and so we've got loads of meditations and advice and mind, body, spirit stuff. Loads of stuff coming on. The whole of tomorrow. Well, it depends. I've got to go to bed. I've been in bed a lot.
Twins again. I love doing the twins.
You know, I've got live. Sunday I was sleeping. I've just had to sleep and sleep and sleep. So tired lately, catching up on my sleep. Anyway, I got all excited today and I realized what was missing. What's been missing in my life. Now, I can't say everything I want to say because this is streaming to YouTube and Facebook. But I will say a little bit about what I really want to say without being cut off. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored giving you the same interviews. I'm bored doing the interviews only about the mind, body, spirit and entertainment and comedy. I want to give you the real stuff. And of course I can't on YouTube anymore or Facebook because I get cut off. So guess what? quickly write this down, but it doesn't matter. Go on BitChute and go on Brand New Tube, and you will find all the interviews, the real interviews, the interviews about what's really going on. I'm going to get them all back on again. The interview that got deleted off YouTube, everything that got deleted will now be on BitChute, Moving on TV, okay? Moving on TV, all one word, BitChute, Brand New Tube, Moving on TV. All the interviews are going on as we speak. I'm so excited, as well as my new statement as the CEO of Moving on TV. So the truth, okay? So on YouTube, you're going to get Moving on MOTV Jukebox. You're going to get the holistic show. You're going to get entertainment. You're going to get comedy. There will be a special Baba Bertha special that will go on BitChute and will go on Brand New Tube. And it will be obviously for those that are where we go and where we go, because you can understand it. And because it's too controversial that way to put anywhere on, to put on YouTube or Facebook, okay? Because I got wiped off again, Francis Hope Glory, and I had to go back on with a different name. So I'm on there now with my real name, Lauren Francis Ottiwell, because that's the only way they would let me back on. So I'm back on Facebook. You're all on there. If not, please join me, Lauren Francis Ottiwell. Okay, I'll put it on here. It's the only way they would accept me. It's all very strange now. You cannot have an account. Lauren Francis Ottiwell. Okay, please go on there and please sign up and please friend me so you can know what's going on. So on YouTube, I'm Moving on TV community. Okay, on BitChute, it's Moving on TV. On what else are we on now? MeWe, Moving on TV 1. Okay, if you can't get us, please get to me and I'll give you the link. We're on Parlay, Moving on TV, but I don't think Parlay is on anymore. I think it's been wiped. I know Red Air Voight has been wiped completely, so it's gone now. Let me see if Parlay is still there. So basically, again, you see I have this huge, no, it's still there, this huge issue where I got cut off. I'll just be a second, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just making something to eat. Is that I'm back in unmuted.
So I've got to get the streaming. What's the time?
Right,
It's 10 to. Okay,
so,
we've got a few minutes.
That's on Facebook, okay? That's Facebook. So if you want to contact me, it's Lauren Francis Ottiwell. Because I could not be anything else, they wouldn't let me. I had to send them my passport details. That's how it is now. But you can join on there. That's my real name, Lauren Francis Ottiwell. So if you want on Facebook to join me on Lauren Francis Ottiwell, what used to be Hub Glory, productions, I had to change it. And I've got a few aliases that I'm not giving away, obviously. I've got a few aliases, I've got a few accounts on Facebook that I can't tell you, because as you know, I'm working with that. But now I'm really back to work, and I'm excited about it, okay? So if you want to go on BitChute, I'm on BitChute.
Why is it not showing
And
up?
this is moving on TV. Okay, it's a BitChute moving on TV. And brand new tube is very exciting. And that's again moving on TV. But there will be the real streaming, the real people and the real stuff, and brand new tube moving on TV. Okay, I haven't figured it out how to do it yet, but I know you can stream, and I can stream from here to brand new tube, obviously, because it's going to YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so the real interviews, guys, I am excited because I'm going to get the people you really want to see. I'm going to get the truth channels, people that I'm going to get Charlie back. Well, I've got Charlie, so you just need to watch, but I'm going to try and get a newer interview with Charlie. Both of them. I'm going to get Jason Shurka. We've already contacted some new doctors. But if you want to watch the real interviews on there, anything that's been deleted off YouTube or can't go on there, something that I put on for the 19th of last year, the month of the 12th month, and it got wiped off straight away, and I got a strike, will now be on BitChute and brand new tube. So I can't say anymore. As I say, there'll be a special edition of Baba Bertha. Now that's going to be exciting. Baba Bertha, a controversial, where we go on, we go all. Baba Bertha on brand new tube and BitChute. Okay, so please watch it. It's going to be very funny, and it's going to tackle everything from the point of view
Go,
of a
guys,
woman
so I can
who's
bring the streaming on. Love you
111 years
lots.
old,
See
trying